You need to have more staff in our facilities. 15 facilities have closed since 2010, and the reclassification of inmates from the maximum security prison to the medium security prison has just compounded all the other factors we've just discussed in creating a violent workplace on behalf of our members. The continued practice of post-closings in our facilities create an unsafe work environment. That's our objective, and we won't stop. The significant rise in gang activity in our facilities, the inmate tends to be more violent today than it was. The gang activity that comes from the street that comes into our facilities is ever more prevalent, which promotes and creates a violent atmosphere. The inmate coming in today is typically a bit more violent than they were 5-10 years ago. You have a reclassification coming from a facility such as Attica that would fall back to the facility behind it at WYOMING, which is a medium security. 3 short years ago, the department was operating at 120% capacity of maximum security inmates. Now they're operating at just a shade over 100,000. What they've done is they've implemented programs and modifications to their sentencing and sentencing laws to allow these individuals back out on the street. You see the recidivism in the streets today, not too far from where we are now in Rochester, where you had 2 violent attacks shortly after the fact of these 2 offenders being released from state prison. In essence, what they've done is they've decreased the number of the maximum security percentage in our facilities, and they've put them into a less secure environment in our medium facility, which just promotes and breeds violence.
One of the changes is obviously the facilities are funded for X amount of posts and they close them. We would like to see all posts remain open. That's a discussion we have repeatedly with the department. They refuse to hear our concerns. The second part is an incident that's happened locally at Gowanda. We had 2 correction officers that'll never work again that were suffered brutality by 5 inmates. The department just cut the time. They're quick to point out, like I said earlier, to discipline officers for minor infractions. But here we had a beating that suffered from 2 correction officers at the hands of 5 inmates. And the department, because of their SHU new guidelines that are putting our members in harm's way, have actually given time cuts to these inmates. The internal sanctions that keep our members safe has turned, and that's what's causing one of the problems of the violence, because it's emboldening the inmates to create more time because they know that there's a lack of penalty.
We vitally need staff in our facilities. That's the ultimate goal for us. We need reform. We need to be acknowledged for the job that we do, the very stressful job that we do.